Carrying out the balance is where it's tricky. But also then again, also I have to put in mind like my biological clock is not the same as you guys, right?
But you still have one.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
At what age do you think I can now? Yeah, I've passed this, I can't have kids.
I can't say there's an age, but I think the quality of the sperm as you age is not that good. So you'd be giving someone substandard.
Like
quality.
at what age though? Let's
Let's
talk numbers because it's very important to. Are we talking 50, 60?
Of course, your sperm at 60 is not good quality.
Says who?
Is it?
You haven't seen 60. Okay, now listen. Now I'll tell you guys a very good example.
Yes.
Like let's pick like maybe northeastern there.
Okay.
Have you ever seen like their marriage dynamics? It's always like older men, they're given younger brides.
Okay.
How many kids do they normally have from the go?
Okay, let's go back. Apart from the quality of the sperm, the quality of your fatherhood and you being a good present father, fun father. Yeah. How old should you be to be a good present?
Does that even really matter? Okay, no. Listen, hold on. Because we are now talking about old versus new and we just try and compare.
Yeah.
Like how I'm looking at it, like even like the old school parents who I knew like were slightly older and they had like 2-3 wives. The main aim for a dad, I think, and I think even now, it's you have to provide.
That's one of the things you have to do.
Yeah.
Not all the things you have
But
to do.
in general, do we find like just dads walking around playing with kids, Nini?
We don't.
Or they're out there hustling and making sure like everyone gets food on the table, bills are paid. Which one would you rather? A dad who's walking around chasing with the kid huku, rolling in the mud? I'm a one who's like in the evening, it's like, rent money is I'm sending the rent money, money for food and nini. Ideally, what makes sense?
Both. That's why we're saying you have a biological clock for you to be able to manage both. You do need to play with your kids. Your kids need to see you as an approachable person.
Yeah.
And then you have to earn the money.
And you see, no. I think you started, that's the last one that you're saying now. So to you, which one is more important?
Providing.
So money. Yeah. So do you want me to play with the kids or do you want me to send you money? Go shopping, go buy food? Mpaka it'd be like, Aki baba nani has come home early, kila saa kwa nyumba. No?
Okay.
We want daddy to be out, make sure that he's providing like all these things. And I think also not so many dads are fortunate enough to, let's say, be entrepreneurs in a way that they can just chill at home and be there with the kids.
Okay, that's true.
And if you think about like there are people who like constantly work. Let's say your dad is a pilot. It's a good paying job.
Yeah.
How many times will you be seeing him in a week?
Very few or none.
Yes. Will he be providing good money to the household?
Very good money.
Is that a respectable job?
Yes.
Okay. Let's say your dad is a doctor. How many times a week will you be seeing him at home?
A few.
If let's say he's a good doctor, like a surgeon, and he's coming from one hospital and everything. Right. So now you see, it's kind of tricky because the jobs that men would want to take up upon to be able to provide for their families fully or properly will make them not be present at home.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But if he's just bringing kidogo money, those ones of like, we're splitting 50-50.
Then he has to play.
That is there, playing with the kids. Is there at home on time, Nini? In fact, I'll be home before you're even home. I'll be like playing with the kids, Nini. It's like, okay, by there, half of the rent. Where's your half? Exactly. Now you see? Now you see even the face that you're making. But that other one who's like, don't worry. Your money, whatever you're making, you just put it aside. Don't worry. Bills and all these other ones are taken care of. And it's tricky. That's what I'm saying. For a man to build himself to be in that situation where he's taking care of like, even if like it's your mom who's sick, she calls at there's an emergency, it's like, don't worry. Give me her M-Pesa, he's taking care of it.
Yeah.
That man will not be around. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
He might not be there fully.
Yeah.
And that's where I think Pia, like, mom's nurturing Pia, of course, it's a plus.
Yeah.
But as long as daddy is always there,
playing
his role and his home, like even if it's not full time,
that's true.
But he's still contributing to like even talking to the kid,
when they need it,
when they
guiding
need it.
them.
Father figures,
Yeah.
zile you need discipline kidogo, he's there to check in. And
father figure, he's the actual father. Not
yeah,
father
okay,
figure.
now, sorry, not father figure. But, like just those ones of like, mommy today doesn't feel like disciplining the kid. The dad is coming, it's like, hey, by the make sure you show your mom respect. This is what you're supposed to do. It's kind of...
Okay, it's a balance, and I understand if he's going to make money, he has to be away from...
Because you have to choose.
Yes.
You have to choose. Like, I've picked top, okay, even if it's engineer, politician, how many times will you see him at home?
Not a lot,
Yeah.
And you'll see him a few times, but I think also it's okay. I also don't feel like you should be with someone all the time because that creates some kind of resentment. So I think it's also healthy that someone goes out and does work, comes back. Even you go out and do something and come back. So I think it's okay. It's balanced. As long as they provide, because provision is also very big, so that the woman can also now stop being the strong, black, independent woman.
That's the first concept. That's the first discussion we're talking about. So if you want pressure off your back, this guy will have to. And in general, let's just be honest, like, men do love working.
That's true.
Even me, I love working. Working. And not to take anything like, against women and nini. But would you rather work the same hours as me? Exactly. You see, even I haven't finished the sentence. You're like,
no.
Nope.
No.
You'd prefer to be able to just lay back, kidogo, rest.
Do
half day ata maybe, and even if it's busy, kidogo here and there, and actually. And I think that's how, ideally that's how families would be able to function properly.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I actually agree with that, It sounds perfect,
You see, I mean, at times, I think the generations, we are complicating things that at times don't really need to be complicated. And I think also now there's also a dynamic of where, like we said, men and women are competing. We don't need to compete.
Because we're not the same.
Yeah.
And we don't bring the same things to the table.
Yeah. Because even for me, I have to understand, like, I can't give birth. I can't nurture the same way a woman does.
Yeah.
Though there is no day you'll hear me, and I'm always telling people, there is no day you'll ever hear me saying, I don't need a woman in my life.
By the way.
Never. You will never hear me say that.
But women will always say,
I don't need a man. I don't need a man. Until shit hits the fan.
And that's the problem. When shit hits the fan and you have to now look for a man out of desperation, instead of the ones who are already coming to you could have chosen one and be like, okay,
dismissed all of them.
This is good,
So, I mean, it's tricky, but, we are hoping for the best in the future, though.
We are. And we're hoping people become the real woke and stop acting like they're woke when they're actually not.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's never that serious. So let's just try and figure out, like, some common grounds.
Honestly.
It's hard, but we just should try and figure it out. And then also, like,